Hi, kids. Okay, let's talk about Kubrick's next film, Paths of Glory, released in 1957. So, uh, following the killing, which didn't make any money, so the financial failure of it, but the critical acclaim, Kubrick and his producer, Harris, are offered by MGM to develop something for them. They're pretty much said, okay, here's all the properties we own, novels, short stories, the scripts that we have. Find something you like, develop that. Go to work, they're looking through that, and they don't like anything. There's nothing that speaks to them, nothing that Kubrick wants to make. But Kubrick remembers a novel that he read as a teenager called Paths of Glory. Left an impact on him, not because of the writing, but because of the story. So he decides, let's buy the rights to that and let's adapt that. So that was written by Humphrey Cobb. Now, Humphrey Cobb had served. He was not Canadian. I think he was born in Italy. But Humphrey Cobb had served in the Canadian military during World War One, and had based the novel on real life incidents where four French soldiers were executed for cowardice. In the novel, the film, it's three soldiers instead. That's called artistic liberties. So they've got this. They want to adapt that. Nobody wants to finance it, which isn't hard to believe because these guys haven't proven yet that they can make something that makes money, that puts butts in the seats, right? Critics and everybody are fans of what Kubrick is doing, but audiences aren't showing up. That, and there's a strong anti-war sentiment in the film, so no one's a big fan of that. The French probably won't be, and guess what? Weren't happy with it. It was banned in France. It was banned in places. Usually, when some art is banned, I think that's a good sign. You should check it out. Nobody bans bad art, do they? Anyways, so nobody wants to finance it. Can't find anybody to make it. They get Kirk Douglas to sign on. Kirk Douglas will agree to make it. Kirk Douglas believes in it. He also believes, he tells Kubrick, no one's going to come see this. We're not going to make any money on it. But he felt that it was an important thing to say, the sentiment about humanity. So he wanted to make it. He signs on. Also, there's a deal where his production company gets credit. I think if you watch the film, it's like the first thing that comes up. But they did not produce nor finance the film whatsoever, just because Kirk Douglas was attached, which gets somebody to finance it. United Artists come around again. They this time will give Kubrick and Harris $900,000. So the killing was 750 or 725. Either way, they got more money now, bigger star now. Kubrick films are going up, and he's gaining confidence, getting braver with what he's doing with the camera, how he's blocking scenes, the tracking shots. Kubrick trademark. No Kubrick stare yet, I don't think. So after the killing, Jim Thompson in the credits, he's credited as dialogue. He just got credit for dialogue. Wasn't happy with that. Felt like he contributed more than just dialogue. So there's a dispute, goes to the Writers Guild. They decide that Kubrick owes him. So Kubrick gives him the source material and says, here, adapt this for me. So he does that. But the problem Kubrick has with his adaptation, and Kirk Douglas has with it, is that he sticks too close to the point of view of the novel. So the novel is from the point of the three soldiers who are going to be executed. Spoiler alert! But the problem here is Kirk Douglas isn't playing three soldiers. He's playing their commander. So he hires another writer, Calder Willingham, to fix that issue. Calder Willingham, a novelist as well, another novelist. Again, just like in The Killing, he's got combinations of novelists, not screenwriters. Novelists is what Kubrick uses quite a lot, actually. Willingham is known for his dark sense of humor. This is the first real film that I've noticed to in Kubrick's where there is this really black comedy in it. And Kubrick is, from this point on, there's a lot of dark humor in his films. There might be in The Killing too. Anyways, Willingham later works on other scripts, The Graduate, Little Big Man, One-Eyed Jacks. So, for the work, production, even during shooting, production, and everything, Kubrick is working on the script himself because he's meticulous, he's the perfectionist, and this is where we start to hear the stories of Kubrick making his actors do take after take after take after take. But sometimes when you hear about Kubrick and his demanding on set, especially when you use the demanding, it makes it sound like he's yelling. Kubrick's not a yeller. By and large, does not get upset. Actors will get upset with the situation that he's putting them through. He's kind of remains calm and it's okay. Again. So, why argue? You're the boss. So I should mention also that this is the last collaboration between Kubrick and his composer, Gerald Fried. Gerald started with Kubrick on his very first documentary short, Day of the Fight. Didn't do the other documentary shorts, but then worked with him on Fear and Desire, Killer's Kiss, The Killing, and now Path of Glory. Gerald would go on to compose largely for television, worked on Roots, worked on Star Trek, worked on Gilligan's Island, number of things like that. So films comes out, and just like Douglas said, nobody really comes to see it. It's kind of the same thing as The Killing. Maybe not distributed, treated properly by United Artists again, but even more raves and reviews thrown Kubrick's way. So that's it for Paths of Glory. Pick up the Kubrick story in the next Kubrick film. Thank you for watching. If you have, like, subscribe. Bye.